welcome to the Red Dirt Road podcast. How's everyone going? I am sorry, everyone. I am late again with this episode. I've just been super busy and no excuses. I'm recording this thing late. Oh man, I got to get this thing out. So I might actually not get it out until tomorrow. It's going to be Thanksgiving Eve, probably when I get this out on a Wednesday. I like to get them all out on Mondays. Sorry for everyone out there. You know, got to step up my game for the remainder of 2021. So, a couple things before we get into this. So, Texas Women Don't Stay Lonely Long is the song that we're going to be reviewing today. Brooks and Dunn, obviously, trucking through, hardworking man. We're kind of past the heavy hitters on this album. That Ain't No Way to Go is probably the last one. And then you've got this one, you've got two others. And then you've got this this dance mix version of Boot Scootin' Boogie, which we'll get into next year. But this is actually going to be the last song off this album that we review this year. We'll wrap up November with a non-Brooks and Dunn song, and then we will get back into Brooks and Dunn's Christmas album. And if you did not know their Christmas album, I recommend giving it a listen. And go listen to we reviewed 3 songs by them last year. It's their album It Won't Be Christmas Without You. They have a deluxe version as well, released in the album was released in 2002, and so we will be going through 3 songs on that as well. And I think there's a music video we kind of reviewed for one of those songs as well. So I'm excited for that. That'll be, for the schedule, looking for the rest of the year, that'll be 3 episodes in December. And then after that, there should be one final week, and that'll be a surprise. There's a lot of different things I can do for that. The Spotify Wrapped was a cool episode that we did last year, as I believe our final one. So there's a few different things we could do. So this is kind of the end of Hardworking Man for this year. Then we have a big break. So this song written by Kix Brooks, and it's written by him, and he's the man throughout this song. He's singing. I don't know if Ronnie Dunn does any backup vocals, probably in the chorus. But yeah, it's not a single off of this album, just a album cut. And so, also another thing, I am actually recording for the first time for the entire. I recorded, so I'm using the Anchor web browser to record. We recorded the first, I think, 4 episodes of this podcast way back when off the Anchor app, and that didn't really go very well. Didn't have a microphone or anything, and now we are recording off the web browser. So this is just me right now, and we're going to see how it goes. Hopefully it goes well. I don't know. Let me pull up so this song, Texas Women Don't Stay Lonely Long, kind of another long one here, kind of long name. It's got this intro, about 12 seconds, typical length of these Brooks and Dunn intros. Upbeat. It's got this heavy fiddle intro that comes in, a guitar. Kix Brooks, he starts singing. He says that he bets that by the time he gets to Tulsa, Oklahoma, from presumably wherever he is in Texas, that his woman will be, quote, pulling on them tight blue jeans and going down, quote, to Cowboys and buy herself a cold one. So Cowboys is probably some kind of bar in Dallas, Texas. Well, he says in the very next line, and on a Friday night in Dallas, she's a Cowboys dream. So I kind of like that. Uses Cowboys twice, and it actually uses Cowboys with the apostrophe S. Cowboys, the first one being some type of bar. I tried to look up. I there was, multiple bars in the Dallas area that had the word cowboy in the name. And I've actually never been to Texas. I want to try to get someone on this podcast to verify these things about Texas. If Texas women get lonely long, I have no clue. In fact, I don't even know really many people that have lived in Texas or have even been to Texas, because it's not anywhere near where I live. But Cowboys, big thing there. Dallas Cowboys. It also, I don't know if this was intentional, but a little shout out to Conway Twitty's tight fitting jeans. He says that she'll be dancing once they start playing some George Strait, which, of course, George Strait, still a crowd pleaser, I'm sure, in Texas these days. But, especially back in the day, for, any sort of young person, that would be the country music they would probably like, because he was super popular back then. So in this first chorus, it says, quote, "It's a shame that Texas women don't stay lonely long," essentially is what he's saying. I tried to look up, see, is there any truth to this? So I did a little bit of due diligence. Again, I wish we would have had maybe someone on here from Texas. Maybe we'll try to get someone on here in a different episode. I don't know if Texas women, do they stay lonely long? I don't know. I looked it up. Really all you can find is this song if you Google search it. So I found an article by Wide Open Country. I don't know of the actual date. It says like 4 years ago it was posted. So quite a while after this song was released, probably, what is that, 20 years, something like that. And it's called 15 Things You Should Know About Dating a Texas Woman. So that's a pretty good amount of things. None of them include anything to do with them not staying lonely long or anything relating to that at all. It gives a whole bunch of different things. I'll actually bring up a couple things that does have in common with this song later, but none of them relating to them not waiting very long. So I don't know. Not sure if this was just some sort of trouble that Kix Brooks had himself in, or if this is outdated. Maybe this was more of a '90s thing. I don't know, but I've certainly never heard that stereotype about Texas women. Maybe if you're more in that area of the country, you hear it. I don't know. Um, it's got a nice kind of short little fiddle breakdown after this. It's the same thing basically from the intro. The second verse is kind of crucial. We find out in this verse that it seems like there was some problems in their relationship. Clearly, this trip to Tulsa was not just some kind of business trip and she couldn't wait for him to get back. It says that, quote, "I wish I could call and say I'm sorry, but there's nobody sitting by the phone." So this kind of tells us two things. One, for you youngsters out there, this was made before cell phones. Because, sitting by the phone, you would literally, when you had a home phone, you would sit by the phone, or, at the very least, I mean, I guess, yeah, I mean, you couldn't even, if you were somewhere else in the house, you might not even have heard the phone, presumably, or you might not even heard the phone. So you would literally, if you were waiting on a call from someone, you would be sitting by the telephone. Nowadays, not really the thing. You could probably change that up a little bit, make it more modern, but, and then also the other thing it would hint at is that he's made some sort of mistake in their relationship. And then there's choruses from then on. And I also would like to mention that the article does say that the Texas women like dancing and drinking. And I'm sure the men do the same. It says that the women like when they like their men to dance. They said that they expect the dancing there to not just be something that the women do, which that's very different from where I'm from, Ohio, is not nearly as big into dancing, especially with the men. So it's not completely wrong. But the Texas women not staying lonely long. I would like to, if there's anyone out there from Texas or has even been to Texas, I've never even been there. I have to go there soon. But anyone that's especially has lived in Texas or is from Texas, is this true? Is this something that people say? If you live in, like, let's say Oklahoma, is this something you say about Texas? I don't know. So that's a wrap. Short episode today, maybe even getting it in under 10 minutes, about 10 minutes. So that's a nice short one. And happy Thanksgiving to everyone. It's Thanksgiving week. And we got one more, like I said, a non-Brooks and Dunn one, a real special one to wrap up for this year. And I'm very excited about next year. Got some big plans. I don't want to overblow it. It'll kind of be similar to this year, but could be some big things. Could be some big things ahead. I want to get another co-host on here. And yeah, I mean, again, if anyone out there is a fan of this, please, tell people that might be interested. Country music fans, podcast fans, fans of country music podcasts, even better.